Righty. Welcome back. So, this is mere minutes away, mere minutes from my review from the Flash McFarlane Toys movie bunch that I just did. So you probably know that this video is gonna be another custom apart from the custom that I did on this guy. That for some reason I was just itching. I could not take it out of my mind yesterday. What I'm going to do today. Now we are hoping, cross our fingers, that McFarlane will do a 1989 figure. And there is a rumor that he's going to do an exclusive of the Batmobile with a 1989 figure included in it. It's a rumor. I'm hoping it's going to come through because I don't have the Batmobile yet, and I'm hoping I can get my hands on it. But so should I still do this custom? Because I'm going to have to destroy this figure, and yes, I'm going to reorder a new one because I want a pristine one. I'm going to destroy this new figure, which I bought again, and combine them both. So that's already 20. This is 20. And another one of this, which I bought, which is ending up to be $18. That's $58 of stuff that I'm going to end up destroying. Should I still do it? If McFarlane is going to do it. His own thing anyway. And I am rationalizing what I'm doing because of this head sculpt. Because of this head sculpt. As you guys heard from my review, I think McFarlane is clearly avoiding paying licensing fees to these actors so that it lowers down his costs, so that we can still pay for these figures at $19.95. So even though he will do a 1989 figure, which might be accurate, because you can see he can do accurate stuff on the costume, because we know this is from the Batman Returns costume. It even has the Bat logo emblem in there. We know he's gonna do this, but the head sculpt is gonna kill it. It's just gonna kill it. So I am still gonna do it because the itch is still there. What I'm going to do, if you didn't know, I do have 2 other Mezco head sculpts, which are actually better than this one because this buggy eyes thing is just crazy. What do you think, Michael Keaton? Are you crazy? I don't know. It's funny. I don't know. That just cracks me up. Anyway, so they're magnetic. So I'm not gonna destroy these heads because these are freaking $120, $130. So nothing's gonna change in those. I'm using it'll just be plop on magnet, plop off magnet, and I can reuse it in my Mezco if I want to. Okay, so using those Mezco heads because the Mezco heads are unbelievably good for the scale. Right? It's just the freaking body, rubberized body, just pissed me off. And their customer service is very, very slow. They're not being responsive, and it's like, I don't know what they're going to do. So anyway, off that rant, here we see what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to peel off this rubber body, and let me pull this head off. Good, pulls off easily. So now I have 2 of these heads spares. So I don't know what I'm going to use them on. We'll see. We shall see. This is what the body looks like, right? You can see that this is a sleeved, rubberized, softer body that you can probably peel off the main body. That's one. Second, I want to cut, because this rotates, so there's an articulation on this gauntlet. Cut that off so I can pull it. And like I said, and then that's 2. 3, wait, I'm going back to this. 3, I'm gonna see if I can either I'm gonna have to cut this. There's just no way. There's a seam line over here that I can probably expose and cut that, and I'll just have to glue it back. And I'm gonna, okay, so I'm gonna be using this part, the gauntlets, and this part. This also includes the belt, which we need, right? Then, as you saw, I'm gonna pull this off because this pattern almost fits what the original 1989 musculature is, rather than this one, which has this hard plate, right? So I'm gonna need this arms. I'm gonna attach, and then I'm gonna have to cut this very, very carefully and add these gauntlets over here. Yeah, very carefully in this one. So I don't want to add any more of the length because this is freaking long already as it is. So that's a question. That's a question. How am I going to do this? I have an idea. I have an idea, and it might work. It might not work, but we'll see. I'm cutting it, and then I'll shape it to see what's inside here. I need to see that first. Okay, so we're going to use these two arms. I'm going to plunk it into this one. I'm going to put the rubberized body into this one. How am I going to do that? I'll have to show it to you because I have an idea. Not this one. Oh, it kind of works. Same body. I'm going to plunk it into this body. I have an idea. I'll have to show it to you because it's much easier to show it to you than to display it to you. I'll take off this belt because we know it's rubberized and put this belt onto this one, which I'm pretty sure is going to fit. It might be difficult in terms of width. Lengthwise, it's okay. This is actually even longer than this one. See? So it should be okay. Come on, show me your butt, Michael Keaton. Show me your butt. Back to front should still be okay. It's just there's something here in the width that might mess it up. This is gonna be one of those long videos. Can't be helped, sorry. Can't be helped. Okay, it's about 1.25 inches in width. This is 1.25 inches. I think it's gonna fit. Okay, guys, so stay tuned for let me do some boiling, some peeling, get the stuff ready, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so get this out of the way. What I have done so far to this figure, to the Neca knockoff, is completely reversible. Okay, peeled it off. It's just basic glue tied in. This is what the base body looks like. This is what I'm gonna have to emulate on this one, which I'm seeing now might be an issue. I really don't know. Everything I've done at this point is completely reversible for me. I can put this back to a point. What I'm about to do to this figure is not. I have to shave off parts of this. You don't really need this cavity over here. I don't know why they did that, because there's nothing in there that even demands that. That's why it does that. So I just need to somehow emulate that. Okay, so this is supposed to go something like that. As you can see, it's pretty bulky, and that's expected. What I want to do is, it's gonna look something like this. Okay, I can see now this is too wide. The problem with something like this is not gonna be that it's hollow, it's not solid. So let's see what I can do. So this is gonna lay something like, I'm thinking this might actually fit better in this one, but I don't want to use this body because it's just too thin. That's not what I want. It's gonna basically look like this, in which case what's the point, except it will have a better articulation on this part. No, that's not what I want. We'll have to do this the hard way. Yes, the hard way. So what I want to do is mark it off an outline of what I don't want to cut. I can't even see that. So this is the part where there's no turning back on this figure. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this off camera because my Dremel is not far, the cord is not long enough, so I'll be right back. Alright, so apparently my Dremel is can reach far enough. I pulled off the whole torso and I'm starting to Dremel it. Since it's long enough, I'll Dremel it on camera and it'll be mute at this point. and it should be placed like so on this new torso. I'm gonna glue it freely like that. That looks about good. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the idea works. Super glue, super glue. Oh, you know what? This is the wrong glue. I'm going to use the super glue gel because this, I need space. I need it to fill gaps. This is what I was afraid of. Let's see if I can futz around it. I measured this when I was measuring it out, but I didn't measure the spread of the thighs. Let's see. I was going to use the thighs on this one, but comparing the two, seems like this is longer than this one. And this is long enough as it is. Yeah, this is kind of riding high already. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get the thin, it is thinner. But is it thin enough? This one almost works. Something. Is there anything else I can do to fix this? I can stretch it to this side. Oh wow, it's almost making it. I think the tension is just gonna break whatever I'm putting in there. So thin. How did I get it to work before? Huh. a lot of joints being popped out. But let me try this one and see if it works. I'm gonna apply another dab of super glue in there. Alright, so I've glued the magnet in there. I first created an imprint so I can kind of estimate how high it needs to be in this socket for it to magnetize to this one. I used the super glue gel. I'm hoping that it will dry as a solid piece of plastic once it does dry. And then I put the magnet on there, and then I put another dab of glue on the top of it, because I know from experience that sometimes the connection between the two magnets is just so strong that it pulls the magnet out of the glue. So I'm hoping that by creating this surface layer that's attached to the outside, that that it will prevent the glue from being, or the magnet from being pulled away from the glue. But I just want a very, very thin layer, not very thin, but enough. I'm pretty sure that the magnetism, the attraction between the two magnets will still be strong enough to connect it. But I'm very surprised at this super glue gel, because it's really holding, and this is a very strong pressure for it to pull apart, and yet it's pulling it apart. I attached the back, but I took it out because it was making it too bulky. Alright, so I'm waiting for the glue to dry, and that one I'm going to work on the hands. I have a very, very small area to work on the hands. I don't want it to become too long, so I need to shape this like that. Okay. Huh. What do you know? You still have the side twist and stuff. I mean, it's not perfect and everything, but you know, what can you expect? Do 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 do. Part 2. Alright, so while I'm waiting for things to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm going to do with this cape. This is the stock cape that came with this figure. I'm just gonna do some stuff to it to make it be better, or drape better, I should say. Okay. So what I wanted to do is that it drapes here like so in the front. So it comes down like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it here and here like a little bit of dab, and then I'm going to pull it so that you'll have the pattern that I'm looking for, the drape that I'm looking for. Something like that. Okay, so these two first. Make sure you pull it taut and center it, and then work on that. Like, but when I say like dab, a dab, like I mean like a really small dab. We'll just put the dab of glue here. That is gonna do for 4 spots. So get 1 pinprick like that. another pinprick for here. Maybe just slightly more. Okay. Now this is where you gotta be careful. So for this is just basically when you pull it here and it falls, I'm trying to avoid this much bunching here. So this is just right for what I want. See, if you pull it too much, then you have this kind of a bulging out. So let's see. So okay, so let's put a dab here. See how it's almost falling straight down. There's no bunching up over there. Okay, do the other side. See, basically just let it fall down, then that's natural. And then you just glue that part. This one's even better on this side. This one's gonna look better than this side. I might actually try to do this one again. Yeah. I'm gonna redo that side. As you can see, because it's such a small dab of glue, it's, you know, it's not that hard to remove. You can apply more if you want, but obviously the more you put on, the higher the chances that it's gonna bleed through the cloth, and as you're pressing it down, you're gonna end up with glue on your fingers, and it's gonna stick. So. That's what I wanted, I think. Nope, I didn't get it again. It's still bunching. Yeah, that's good. Alright. Hoping this gets strong enough. All right, and now for the final reveal, we're going to use the McFarlane Bruce Wayne Manor House backdrop, and I don't think I'm going to review this, but if you haven't picked your copy up, I don't know why you wouldn't. Because this thing is awesome. I'm going to be using this as a backdrop from now on for all my figure reviews, because I don't really have dioramas, and this is like almost perfect. So, as a recap, the figure comes from the McFarlane Batman from the Flash movie, but more specifically the one that's the unmasked one, which I just realized no longer have a copy of because I destroyed both of them, and the Neca Batman, which this is a knockoff, because there's no way you're going to spend so much money destroying the original, because they're expensive. And from these two, I created, initially, the reason why I did this, because remember this was the unmasked version, was to get this version, which I still feel, even though it's smaller, proportionally is better than this, because proportionally I feel it's better. I'm gonna color his head so it's so he's the younger Batman, he's a younger Bruce Wayne. I just think it works though, right? Like I mean, Michael Keaton was never a really buff guy. I think that works pretty well. Now from this, I decided to create a 1989 Batman. You saw me doing it, and this was the result. Now, it's a mishmash. Even when I was creating it, I said it's gonna be a mishmash and all that stuff. It looks good as it is. I'm kind of happy with it. Then I started thinking, and I received the wave from the Flash movie Batman, which I reviewed the 5 or 6 figures, and my mind just kept thinking and going. It's like I think I can make it better, but there's limitations to this head sculpt, because it's not the best one out there. The best one out there at this scale is Mezco's. Alright, so let me put this back here. This is the best head sculpt out there for a 1/12 scale. Now, I admitted that while I was reviewing it. I just hated this body. Hated the rubber body, because it freaking broke on me. If it hadn't broken, then I knew this rubber body would degrade someday, and I accepted that. Okay, it's just the fact that the armature broke. And I know people are asking, how can you break a steel armature? You can break a steel armature because of the way they constructed it, the way they put it together. I know because I already saw there's a YouTuber out there who cut up one of these Mezco bodies. It's an alien Mezco, but I guarantee you it's constructed the same because it broke the same way. Anyway, this is the best head sculpt out there. But even on my review, I said this head is too big for this body. It just is. I'm running out of room. So now the reveal of what I have done. If you guys are ready, here he is. The new 1989 Batman. Oops, it's off camera. I'm not gonna. This is a temporary head. I do have. Well, actually, I can do it now. I'm gonna. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna. I have a spare one of this. I'm gonna put on this one. Okay, I'm gonna put this guy to the side here. His cape is flaring up. I can censor this guy. This guy is not completely finished because those boots, I don't know why it's colored green, but there it is. There's my Batman, dude. The one I just finished customizing right in front of you guys. I told you how to do the cape. I'm going to reverse the order. I told you how to glue the cape so it falls naturally. It's still stuck to the paint. I'm actually using it to stick to the paint because, hold on. I deliberately had it stuck to the paint because by doing that, it's removing some of the gloss from the paint because that paint is way too glossy from what I want. But you can put it off to the side here if you want to pose him like that. Yeah, this paint is too glossy, so I'm gonna come back and figure out how to make that dull. Okay, so now as you can see, you can really make this drape, this cape drape naturally if you want to. I told you how to customize the head so that, or I told you how to, if you had this head, to magnetize it from the base body. I showed you how to Dremel this base body so you can foot this one. The reason why I chose this body is it made him wider, right? Fortunately, the glue is holding on this waist that I replaced from him to this one. Everything lower down is the same. And that's it. Oh man, it's like articulation is basically the same articulation as a McFarlane figure. So, yeah, I think he's kind of tall, but as you can see now, this head fits the proportions or the height of this body. That's why I keep telling you guys, this Mezco head is too small for this body. It fits in this one. But yeah, so thank you for watching. This will be it for this last one. I will still fix it for the hands, but I pretty much, and I also showed you how I did the hands. I'm pretty sure I did, and it fits so perfectly in this one. If I could only have found this one where it's not even red, and I didn't have to paint it. That would have been so much better, but it was red, so I had to paint it. But there's my new 1989 Batman figure. I really hope for you guys who doesn't do customizing and all that stuff, that McFarlane does do the 1989 Batman in his figures. I just don't think he's gonna do this kind of a head sculpt. He would have to pay likeness rights in this one, and I'm not sure if he's willing to do that. I hope he does, because that would be so awesome. But I think I told you guys how much it cost me in terms of the bodies I had to break down, but so worth it. I finally have a Batman, and this is magnetized. Let me take it off camera. I gotta be careful because I'm not sure if that glue is dried in yet. So here's one head. I'm removing the Mezco head. One second. Yeah, that's basically how he looks, see? I think I might have to, I'm gonna cut this off just to get rid of that height, because it's adding height to that, that thing, but look. Awesome. Awesome. So happy. So happy with how this turned out. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys found this very helpful, very inspiring, or something to go crazy. I don't know. Try it for your own. See if you want. See if you're willing to spend your money. See if you want to try it out. If you do and you pull it off, I hope you're very happy with the process. Bye.